Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Updating Your Home with Shabby.ie and Fleetwood Paints. My name is Aileen and I'm going to take you through updating pre-finished pine today. Just like this dresser here, we have lots of these in our homes. I'm going to show you how to easily transform this dresser in one day. All the products that I use, you can also use for your pre-finished bedside lockers, wardrobes, chest of drawers. All the pine that you have in your home that comes with a pre-finish, which is the factory finish that is on this when you buy it, I'm going to show you how to deal with that today. I'll take you through all the products that I use to make this a really easy job. Step 1, let's get it clean. For that, I use methylated spirit, 50-50 mix with water in an old shower bottle. I use a scrubby sponge to put it on, wipe it off with a kitchen roll. I spray the methylated spirit and water mix straight onto the wood, scrub it with the sponge and then dry it off with some kitchen roll. Even if you think it's not dirty, let me tell you, it is. Next, I remove all the handles. This makes giving it a scuff sand much easier. So you'll see the screw inside. I just get my screwdriver, unscrew it, and off comes the handle, no problem, because we're going to actually replace them on this dresser. I take off the doors of the piece for ease of painting and to make sure that you can get into all the areas. And here's a top tip for you. Raise up the piece if you can. I use 4 tins, it makes it easy to paint. Covering your sanding block with the sandpaper makes it much easier to hold it, and it makes it much easier to actually sand the piece. And it keeps it even, you're not leaning too hard on one area than another. Giving the whole piece a good scratch up only takes a few minutes and really does aid adhesion. Make this part of your routine on all your upcycling. I'm using the oil-based Block-It today because it's going to seal in all those knots and it gives super duper adhesion. I've lined my tray with tin foil and I'm going to apply the Block-It with my microfiber sleeve, and the brush I'm using is a 30mm oval painter's brush. This primer goes a lot further than you think, so keep your strokes nice and even and just apply a nice thin coat. It's very easy to put too much on and then you'll create roller marks or brush marks. So a nice thin even coat, because I'm going to do 2 coats anyway. After taking the hardware off the doors, I actually used the dust sheet this time to completely cover the table so I could work on the table area. I lined up my doors and my drawers and it made it much easier to paint. Here I am using my sanding block again. Always sand with the grain of the wood. And here's another little tip for you. Use a bristle brush to get into all those little nooks and crannies that there may be dust from the sanding. And then wipe it clean with a damp cloth. I also dry it off with some kitchen roll in case I'd have missed any. Get yourself some washi tape and use that to tape off the brackets. This will make the painting so much quicker when you're not having to try and avoid them. Then I rolled on the primer onto the doors too. It was very easy when it's at the height of the table. I also use the roller for the drawers. All the areas on the drawers, I find it gives it a beautiful flat finish. While the top part of the dresser was down on the floor, I did the very top of it. And then I popped it up onto the table and I primed it while it was on the table. Having it at this level made it much, much easier. And then it was time to make myself a cup of tea and let all this dry. 2 coats of primer and then I gave it an in-between coats rub with my sanding block just to make sure it was really flat. So now we are ready to paint. I'm going in with probably my favourite finish, the advanced eggshell. And the colour I'm going to do this in is called Grey Nuance. beautiful pale greeny grey. Now, the reason I love the eggshell finish over the satin wood and the gloss is because it has this beautiful low sheen to it. It's only 12%, which actually as it dries goes down to about 9%. This will be the designer's choice for furniture. You're going to see when I put this on that it's going to look like I've sprayed it because of the self-leveling qualities of this paint. It gives such a low sheen, a level flat finish. You're going to love it. This paint is touch dry in half an hour because it's water-based. Clean up is really easy. Just wash all your brushes or your rollers in washing up liquid and warm water. And recoat time is 2 hours. So I'm going to get this whole project finished today. People always say to me that I make upcycling look easy, but honestly, using the right products and the right tools to apply the products makes it so much easier. Look at this. This paint goes on just so incredibly flat. 2 coats. The top of this dresser was actually quite scratched, but the scuff sand, concentrating a little bit on the area that was scratched, leveled it all out. Now I'm doing long, even strokes with the roller, and it just gives a magnificent finish. You can read the blog post on this project on shabby.ie and fleetwood.ie, where I will go into detail about the products and what you should have in your kit before you start any job like this. But look at the finish on this dresser. It is unbelievable that it's the same piece from only a few hours ago. The customer is absolutely thrilled. It's like she has just spent hundreds of euro buying a brand new piece of furniture. Thank you for joining me today. I do hope you enjoyed that and that you will give it a go yourself. All products are available nationwide, and I look forward to seeing you for episode 3.